Seasoned advocate Matthew Chaskalson has stepped up as the chief evidence leader for the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. It comes just days after Terry Motau, who held the role for less than 2 weeks, requested to bow out from the probe into alleged criminality, political meddling and corruption within the country's criminal justice system. For more, we're joined by advocate Molatelo Mahapa for some reaction. Advocate Mahapa, very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, what is your reaction to these moves, especially just looking at the level of seriousness of the work of the Commission and the revelations that keep coming out to shock South Africans?
Good evening to the viewers at home, and good evening to you as well. Yeah, it is quite a hectic period for the country, and it is very unfortunate that, you know, during the course of the commission, that one commissioner decides to bow out, because it definitely causes a bit of stability, you know, given whatever reason, because then it destabilizes the flow of the commission, more especially because of the seriousness of the allegations that, you know, are there.
And how might perhaps Chaskalson's reputation and legal track record shape the public's confidence in the Commission's work compared to his predecessor? Because, of course, the momentum of the Commission is also something that one has been looking at with all the revelations that keep coming out of it.
Yes. I think Advocate Chaskalson is very seasoned, and definitely will be able to, you know, take over and move accordingly with the commission. And I do not doubt that he'll be able to carry on the baton moving forward. Even though there's a burden on him to obviously be afforded an opportunity, you know, to acquaint himself with the documentation and the information and just the preparedness, you know, that is required for him to continue flawlessly so.
Is there anything at all to read with this move when it comes to the pressures or perhaps the challenges faced by evidence leaders in high-stake commissions of inquiries such as this one?
May you kindly repeat the question?
Yeah,
you got
I'm just saying that, you know, this change, what does it reveal about the pressures or perhaps challenges faced by evidence leaders in high-stake commissions such as this, as we try and perhaps read into the bottom line into what the move could really mean?
With this kind of sensitive commissions, anything is possible. No? There's a lot of pressure, and clearly, even as South Africans watching the commission, you know, you can imagine the security that comes with it. You know, it's a very sensitive space, so we don't even know the real reasons, you know, for instance, Commissioner Motau to really exit. We're not sure whether if there's any external pressures or whatever the case might be, because it really doesn't make sense that if, you know, he was not sure in terms of whether he'll complete the, you know, the entire commission, for me, he wouldn't even have agreed, you know, to even start the commission. So it just poses a lot of questions in one's mind.
Yeah. My understanding that he is still part of the commission. A commission we know, of course, is tasked in terms of its mandate in probing criminality, political meddling, and corruption within the criminal justice system. From a legal perspective, advocate, what are the main hurdles, do you believe, in holding powerful actors accountable in such a complex space?
You know, I think the challenge about this is that as, you know, issues unfolded, we've learned that there are quite a lot of, you know, levels involved in this. Talking about the judiciary, the police, it's quite complex, and as a result, you know, it really requires one to be, you know, very, very, how can I put it? Tuned in, for lack of a better word, you know, and, you know, for lack of fear, you shouldn't be fearful. You should just be able to stand, you know, whatever that comes your way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for weighing in and giving us some reaction there. Speaking to Advocate Molatelo Mahapa, seasoned advocate Matthew Chaskalson has now stepped in as the chief evidence leader at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry.